Hey guys, welcome to next Selenium tutorial. So in this tutorial we are going to see how to install Selenium WebDriver for Java in Eclipse IDE. So I have given links in the description to download. So along with this video, please follow the instruction and start downloading using those links. So Selenium WebDriver installation involves three easy steps. It's very quick and a simple way to install. So first we have to install Java. Next we have to install Eclipse IDE or a relevant IDE whichever you are comfortable like IntelliJ. So and then finally we have to install Selenium WebDriver. So let's start installing Java first. Then we'll go for Eclipse IDE. Then we'll quickly install Selenium WebDriver. So to install Java, so just go to any web browser and just type download Java 8. So you can see here like oracle.com. So just click on this. Don't go for this java.com or other websites. So here if you open here, it will open Java 8. So in the URL, just delete this link and just press enter. So you can see all the downloads and the newest version for Java. So the newest version is Java standard edition 15, 14 and 11. So and this is the stable version that we are going to see here. So if you are going to click on this any of the links, it will directly go to your JDK download or Java document anything. So before to that we'll see other links in this web page. So to download in Oracle website, you have to actually log in. So I have already logged into this website. So here you can see here, right, Java AC. So when you click on this, it will go to all the versions of the Java. You can see the latest version is Java 15. Before to that, we have Java 14. So one by one, you can see like all the versions will be available in this website. So we are going to have Selenium for Selenium Java 8. So let's download Java 8. So you can see here Java SE 8. So you can see on the right side JDK download, server JRE download, JRE download. So we need JDK, not JRE. So it is a Java development kit. So let's click on download. So it goes to that particular Java 8 details. So Oracle made for commercial purpose. It's a licensed one. We have to pay money. So but for personal use or your personal skills development, it is of no cost, so you can use with no cost. But if you are going for a commercial version, we have to pay for that. Say for example, if your organization is using Java, so they have to get license from Oracle officially. So if you go below, you can see here Java SE development kit 8261. So under that you can see that one table. So in this table you can see product or file description, what is the file size, what is the download link. So you can see here multiple OS related download links will be available. So first one, so you can see here all these are Linux related download links, and then Mac OS link will be available, and then Solaris. Finally, you can see here Windows 86 and Windows 64. So based on your Windows, whether it's a 64 or 86, you can download this. So I have Windows 64, so I'm going to click on this. So this is not a JDK or JRE directly; it will download. So this is executable file in your Windows system. So this will download Java installer, not the Java. So just click on this link. So it will give you pop-up that you are agree to Oracle's terms and conditions. Just click on download. So it will download and it will take a while. So if you are not logged in, you have to log into your Oracle website. So you have to create if you don't have one. Otherwise, if you have already, you can just log into this website and you can download. Let me give my login details. So and it will log in and it will download that particular installer. You can see here it is started downloading, right? So it will take some time because it has 166 MB. So based on your internet speed, it will take some time. So once it is downloaded, you can go quickly and see here in your downloads. So it is, you can see here unconfirmed. This is still downloading. So let's wait until it is completing. Yeah, it is completed. Just click on this show in folder. It will directly go on here. So once the installer has been downloaded, just double click on this particular installer. It will automatically downloads your Java and JRE both in the particular location. So it will ask you to where you have to show where you have to. So I have already installed this JDK and JRE version, so it is showing it is already installed. So it is installed in your C drive program files. Java by default it will come and install in your particular this location. So I have installed JDK 1.261 and JRE one it will JRE 261. So that's all Java has been installed. So another in the Java installation we have to do one more step, and that is environment variable setup. So for that you have to just type control panel and go to it system and security. In the system and security you can see third icon as a system. So once you it opens, you can see here advanced system settings. Just click on this link, it will open on pop-up with advanced tab by default. So if you see here, we can see here environment variables button. Just click on this variable environment variables button. It will open one pop-up window where we have to set up a Java environment variable. So here first section shows that the user variables for your system, and second one will be system variables. So first we have to set up here we user variables. Let's set up that. Click on new button, so it will open new user variable. So what is the variable name, what is the value? So here variable name we have to give java home, java underscore home. So it should be in uppercase, we should not give in lowercase. So the variable value, so where exactly the Java has been downloaded, we have to give exact path. So just go here and just control copy the this absolute path. So come here to your pop-up and just paste it. So this is the first step for setting up environment variable. Just click on OK. So once it is done, you can see here Java home has been added to the user variables. So if you want edit, just click on edit button. It will open and you can just edit the path. So and then in system variables, we have to give this Java home variable. So in system variables, we just search for path variable. Just click on edit button after selecting the path. You can see already some of the system variables has been set up. So you can just click on new button. You can see here like this. So give percentile java underscore home, exactly what you have given in the user variables java underscore home and percentile. So here we have to give until bin path. So if you go here in Java where it is installed, so you can see here bin folder. So until this you have to give. So in this bin folder only you can see all the jars, whatever the class files, everything it is there. So we have to give here as slash bin. So make sure you are giving bin folder. Sometimes we usually make mistakes like we will not give this bin folder. So just click on OK button, and here also just click on OK. So to make sure whether this Java is installed or not, just uh, open the command prompt. So over here just type java hyphen version. You can see what is the Java version it has been installed and what is the JRE runtime environment. So it is the same build it is having. So this is the same version what we have installed here. You can see so JDK 1.8.0261 same will be, you can see the version. So 180 underscore 261. So that is the Java version it has been installed. So now Java has been installed. So we have to download the Java and then we have to set up the environment variable. This is it, Java has been installed. So now we have to download our Eclipse IDE. So let's download that Java download Eclipse for Java. So you can see here multiple links will be opening. So any of the links you can just click. So it will navigate to your eclipse.org and downloads packages. So once it is open, it will by default it will show that installer. If you want to install, you can take that how we have installed earlier for Java using the installer. So I'm directly going to download Eclipse over here. So in this window, you can see here Eclipse IDE. This is the version it is showing over here. So if you want to download any other version, so just go below, and in the right side you can see here more downloads. So you can see here multiple earlier versions are showing over here. So this is the older version. If you click on this, it will list all the versions available for downloads for Eclipse. So all the versions. So whatever the version you want, just click on that particular link. So I want Oxygen package for Eclipse. Just I'm clicking on that. So once if you click on that, you can see here multiple packages are available. So these are like kind of based on the bug fix, they would have released all these links. So once you have come here, you can just click on the topmost one will be the latest bug fix one. Just click on this package. So you can see here multiple options to download. So first one will be like a Java Enterprise Edition. Second one, the basic Java development IDE. And then you can see this Java Oxygen package is available for other programming languages as well, like C Sharp. This is for Eclipse developers and PHP developers, DSL developers, JavaScript, everything. So whatever you want, just you can go and right on the right hand side, you can click on that. So I want Java Enterprise Edition developers. I'm just clicking on this link. Otherwise, you can see the right side, Windows, Mac, and Linux. So if you want Windows 32-bit or 64-bit, here only you can click on that. It will directly go to download links. So I just want to see what are the features available for this particular Java E developers. So to see that, just click on this link. It will go to the particular products page. You can see here what are the features this particular Eclipse IDE is supporting. So you can see here all these things. So mainly we might be using Git integration, Maven integration, everything, and other features what this particular Eclipse IDE supports. So if you click on this detailed feature list, so you can see from where all these features are supported. The particular links it will be showing. It's kind of a packages. You want to see what are the open bugs in this. So you can see here the bugs, 72 bugs are open, resolved bugs are 161 till now. So everything are there. So in the right hand side you can see download links. So if you want to download for Windows, so it is available for either 32-bit or 64-bit, or Mac OS means, so you can go for the 64-bit. So Linux 32 and Linux 64 you can go for here. So I have a Windows 64-bit, so you can just click on this whatever the you needed. So it will go to particular download link now. Just click on this download link, so it will start downloading. You can see here it is started downloading, right? So I have already downloaded my Eclipse Oxygen OS, and if you go here and downloads, you can see here. So I have already downloaded, because it takes quite a bit of time. So it has to download more than 360 MB. So I'm just going to discard this. So one, it will download actually a zip file. You can see here it is a zipped file. So the compressed file, just right click on this, just extract all. Click on extract all, so it will start extracting. So once it is done, the Eclipse will be installed. That's it. So just open that particular. You can see here Eclipse link, Eclipse icon. Just right click on this, click on send to. Just click on the desktop, create shortcut. Just once you click on this, it will create a shortcut in your desktop. So now that's it. Eclipse has been installed. So this is how we have to install Eclipse. Just double click on Eclipse whether it is opening or not. So to open your Eclipse, you must have a Java installed already. If you have not downloaded Java, Eclipse will not open for Java. So I have already created one workspace. Just launch it. So it will open your Eclipse. So you can see here in taskbar, I'm just need to taskbar. So now Eclipse has been set up. So then the third step will be like a Selenium WebDriver we have to install. Let's install that. So just go for selenium.dev website. So this is a new portal like actually Selenium has come up with. So earlier they used to support seleniumhq.org. Now it is modified to selenium.dev. So this is the homepage they are supporting. You can see here Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE, and Selenium Grid. So all these are I have already explained in my previous video. Selenium WebDriver architecture. You have not. If you want some or get some idea, just go and watch that video. So right now we'll go to just click on downloads link. It will open downloads page. You can see here selenium.dev downloads page. So here in downloads page, you can see multiple versions. Everything will be available for multiple programming languages. So first one will be like Selenium Server Grid. So this grid is used for your client server setup. So we don't need, but this will download only one jar. So if you want to go for just one jar, this will work locally also. You can have this jar downloaded. So second will be Internet Explorer. So another thing is like you can see here the third topic will be like Selenium client and WebDriver language bindings. So this is where we have to download. So you can see here particular language and what is the stable version and when it has been last released date. So this is the three things you have to make sure and note down. And the fourth and the fifth column will be like alpha version. This is the latest release right now Selenium is working on. So we don't need this alpha version right now to work. So we need a stable version only. So we are going to work with this Java. So we will download this Java version. So you can see the links to download. So first one will be like for this stable Java version. So 3.141.59, that is for this download link. So to download your alpha version, alpha 6 or the latest version, just go for alpha download. You click on this link, it will download your alpha version. So this change log means the latest changes what they have made for this particular alpha version. That is what you can see here. Just click on this. You can see what is the changes they have done, what is the latest release. All the logs will be there here. So if you want to look at this, just go and see. Otherwise, it is not required. So this is the API docs. We'll see what is this API docs once we start creating the scripts. This is also one of the useful links for Selenium. So right let's download our stable version of 3.141.59 for Java. This is the client library that we are going to download. If you are working with other programming languages like Ruby, Python, or C Sharp or JavaScript, just go for particular download links. Right now we are going to see for Java. So I'm going to click on this download link. So this will download one zip file with comprising with all the jar file and other source files. So show in folder. So it's not a downloader, so it's not opening. So it will be in downloader link. It will take quite a bit time. So it has a 7.2 MB. Let's go to downloads. Just refresh. You can see here Java Selenium Java has been downloaded. We can see here. So now it is downloaded. Just traffic show in folder. It will just go and it is down. So it is actually zip file. So we have to extract all the files whatever it is available. So extract all. It will extract in the same location. Let's wait for to extract all the files from Selenium. So it will contains all your source file and all the jars required. It has more than 6 jar file for your Selenium client library. So let's wait for that. Meanwhile, we will download this Selenium grid as well. So this is just a single jar file. It will not have any other files. So let's click on this. So if you want to work with just a single jar, so you can go for this. There is no harm in working with this Selenium grid jar, or you can go for Java bindings. By default, this is in Java. This is in Java, so you can download this also. So now Selenium has downloaded and we can see what files are available here. You can see here in the main folder, you can see two different jar files, and click on lib folder, you can see other Java files as well. So these are the here you can see say five jar files and here two. So these seven jar files required for your Java or client library. So if you don't want all these seven jars to be added, you can just this single jar you can add it and you can work on. So all these jars available over here in this Selenium Java, it is same. All the classes and files will be there in the single jar file itself. So make sure there is no harm in using either a Selenium Java 3.1.4 or Selenium Grid Selenium Server standalone file. So you can work. There is no harm in that. Everything works fine. So this is how we have to install Selenium WebDriver. So before going to we'll work with Selenium, we need browser drivers. So in the same website, you can just go down. You can see here browsers tab. Just you can see here multiple browsers are available over here. So what is the web browser you are going to work with? So that particular web browser you have to download. So for the time being, we can download Chrome browser. Just go for documentation. So you can see here Chrome driver. So to download which version you have to download, you should make sure the exactly same version you have to install what your machine has. So to check which version your machine has for Chrome driver, just click on this triple dot on the right side and just go for help and click on about Google Chrome. So it will check what is the version you have. So I have installed version 85. So same you have to go for that. So you can see over here. So 85 and 86 it is available over here. Let me click on all the downloads and the latest version or latest last three versions it will be available. If you want older version, you can just go down and you can see other versions 83, 81 and 80 version. All these versions are available. So if you click on that particular link where you wanted to download, you go to that folder where you can see all different OS versions driver. This is for Linux, this is for Mac, and this is for Chrome driver Windows 32. So don't worry about this Windows 32, it will work with 64 as well. Just click on this zip file, so it will start downloading your zip file with Chrome driver. Just click on show on folder. You can see here Chrome driver has been installed and just extract this. So it will be extracted. Chrome driver Windows 32. So if you click on inside this, you can see one executable file, that is Chrome driver. So this is the executable file. You can see here properties. This is the .exe file. You can see here application as .exe file. It should be exe file. So this is the setup that we have to do. And so I have already set up all these things placed in one place. Just in documents, you can see here Selenium folder I created. I have this Selenium server standalone jar and the Selenium jar files. So what all we need and the different drivers I have installed. So I'm going to have a different session and video I'll create in other video. Just look for that how we can start Chrome and Gecko driver for Firefox, Microsoft Edge driver. Right now we'll take a Chrome driver. So let's see how we can set up our Selenium WebDriver to start with. So I just opened Eclipse. Let's quickly create a new project. Install Selenium. So by default it has Java 1.8 version. So if you want to use your default version, just go for it. Or you can, if you want to configure, you can just click on this and configure JREs. So I will leave just a default Java Standard Edition 1.8. Just click on finish. You can see here it is created a project with a default JRE system library, which Standard Edition 1.8. So all these Java related things are coming up right now. So by default, this is what in first step we have installed Java JDK 1.8. So in src folder be empty until we create a package or class. So let's create a new package in that. I will create Selenium package and we'll create a class. first script will have public static void main class method. So it has created a new project over here, right? So this is a normal core Java project it has created with first script class. But we have to add our Selenium WebDriver jar files into this project. So before that, we cannot have this particular class. Let's say, for example, WebDriver interface. If you type, so it will throw you an error. This is not resolved. See, WebDriver cannot be resolved to a type. So because this particular jar files we have not added for Selenium WebDriver. So let's add that. So right click on your Java project, go to build path and configure build path. By default, it will open on libraries. Just click on add external jars. You can see here wherever we have that particular jar, you can directly go to that particular location and you can have that particular jars installed. So I will go to have these two jars and we have to add five more jars from here. So instead of adding all these seven jar files, you can just simply add only one jar file, which is a Selenium grid, Selenium server standalone file. So both will work the same. There won't be any difference in that. So there is no harm in using your local machine as well. So I'll just click on OK, cancel because I have already on that. Just click on apply OK. So you can see over here reference library has been added along with the JRE system library. So if you expand this, you can see all those seven jars has been added. So these seven jars contains your WebDriver related class files. So now if you just hover on this WebDriver interface, you can see here import WebDriver from org.openqr.selenium package. So just click on this, it will just, you can see here there is no imported classes. Now if you click on this, it will directly import this particular WebDriver interface. So now let's create one script using Chrome driver. So driver is equal to new Chrome driver. So now we have to import this particular Chrome driver class as well. You can see here. This is coming from org.openqr.selenium.chrome. So this also has been imported. So now we'll launch this particular line will launch your browser actually. So and it will not navigate to any particular URL. So let's see how it is launching. It is like empty browser or empty instance of your original browser. It will launch. So we can see that one error we are getting. So this error usually you guys will get it actually legal state option the path to the driver. So we have to say if you remember we have downloaded our driver. So here we have kept it. So we have to set up this actually. So to set up that, just system dot set property. Set property you have to give, and key is for Chrome driver you have to give WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver. So this is the exact path you should give. If you make any spelling mistake or something else if you are giving, so again it will throw the same error. So here we have to give exact Chrome driver path where it is saved in your local machine. So this is the exact path, absolute path we have to take. I'll take Chrome .exe. Make sure you are copying until .exe file. So otherwise again it will not going to work. So I'm just going to paste it here. See here you can see here double backslash it is coming up. So we'll see how it is if it will impact if you have only one backslash in next video. So we have to give that escape character for that. So let's run, and how it is going to launch your Chrome browser. So make sure, just to see this exception, how it is going to, maybe you will also get when you are trying to execute your scripts if you are not setting up this. So it will driver executable must set by the WebDriver. You can see here webdriver.com.driver from system property. So let's run this. It will just launch your empty Chrome driver instance, run as Java application. So it will launch your empty browser. You can see here it is opened an empty browser. It will not going to give any URL, and it will hit and it will load. So it is not just an empty browser URL, it will launch. That's it. This is the first line. So next, so let's launch some URL driver dot. So to launch your URL, you have to give a get method, or you can give one more method also. Selenium supports navigate driver.navigate.to. So these both lines, right, are doing the same job. So either you can use driver.get or driver.navigate.to method. So both will work as in the same way. Let's see how it goes for get method. So I'm going to launch google.com. Let's launch Google. So just go here and it copy from here, because we should not make any spelling mistake or something. We cannot let. You can see here just https and www.google.com. So now what it will happen, it will directly launch your google.com after creating the browser instance. So first time what it has done, just it has launched just a plain web browser and Chrome driver. So now you can see google.com has been launched. You can see here Google web page, right? Let's close this instance. So let's see with navigate.to method. So this will also will do the same. There is no difference in that. So you can use either this or that. There is a slight changes. You can see that anyway we are not going to use that. So you can refresh, forward, backward. Those will be supported over here. You can see here refresh, forward, backward buttons. It will come. But you can see that google.com has been launched with a browser, Chrome browser. So here there is no difference between get and navigate method. So you can, as of now, for simplicity, we can have this get method, and we are going to just type on that input text box. Right click on this input, inspect. This is the input button with the name Q. So we are going to have the same graph find element by class name. The string will be Q, because we have seen over here the name is Q. Attribute will be name and the value is Q, and dot send keys. So what we have to give here, what is the exact value you want to search. So I'm going to give how to install Selenium WebDriver for Java in Eclipse IDE. Okay, so it is going to search this term, right? Okay, so let's launch, right? Let's run. What will happen? So what will happen? It will open your empty browser. So this will hit google.com, and this will search with this how to install Selenium WebDriver for Java in Eclipse IDE term. Let's run. So now it is launched Chrome browser, and it is typing google.com. Here you can see it is typed. So why it is not a pressing the enter key. So for that we have to use keys class and enter button. So sorry, enter key. So it will just like that. It will stop here. So along with these keys, you have to pause your keys dot enter. So this is Selenium supported feature. Okay, you can see here this is coming from org.openq.selenium.keys. So just click on that. You can see here. So if you run now, it will click on press the enter key now. Open the Chrome browser, typing how to install Selenium WebDriver plus Java in Eclipse IDE. So it is pressed, and you can see here multiple websites related to this Google search has been given. So this is how the Chrome browser will work with Chrome driver. So if you want to quit that browser instance, just you can see here, right? So for quitting, right, we can use two different methods. Either you can go for quit or you can go for close. Actually, there is a slight difference between these two. So I'm going to cover this in a new separate video. So watch for this. So subscribe to this channel for later videos with different options on different methods. So I'm going to right now will use quit method. Right click, just run as this. Launch a browser, typing google.com and typing the text how to install, and it is quit the browser. That's all. So this is how complete installation will work, and your Selenium scripts, how to you can start with new script. So if you are a newbie in this Selenium WebDriver, it is not a tough for you to start with this simple methods and a simple installation procedures. Okay, so this is all from this video. So if you like this video, you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.